Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You can't see my jumper.
Oh,
Can see your jumper
I see my jumper. There
and my
then. Have we
turtleneck.
got, are we matching?
We are matching. Matching, matching.
Strangely enough, if we were in a movie, I would be considered the hero and you'd be considered the baddie because you're wearing the dark colour and I'm wearing white.
But in real lives,
But in real
in real
life,
lives,
it's
that's
the
the other
opposite.
way. It's the other way around.
It's the opposite.
I am 100% Snow White. My heart is untainted.
It's true. And yeah, my soul is like my coffee,
Tar.
black and bitter.
Don't say such things about yourself.
It's truth.
Truth, it's truth.
Cheers, cheers with you, cheers. Oh, you've got the old
Like
one.
I got the old one, yeah, sorry.
Can we, how do we cheers together in the middle? Hang on.
Listen.
That way,
Chink.
that way, that
This
way.
isn't, I
Keep
don't know what you're
going,
doing,
keep
Kate. It's not
going. We
working.
got cheers. Chink, chink. Fuck's
Just
sake.
calm down.
I can't help it. I've had no sleep and I've had such a long week.
That's because it's been half term.
Half term. Yeah, it's been busy, man. Oh my God.
I love our children.
Hmm.
Like with that part of your heart that you have to love your children with. That unconditional bit. Love
Yeah.
them. But half
The
term,
bit
man.
where you fight with like guilt of like, ooh, I shouldn't really feel like this. Shouldn't really be this angry.
Punch me in the face, but I can't.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
shouldn't. I shouldn't. Is
I
anyone going to
know.
see? Will anyone know? I don't know.
I've told them not to tell.
No. Did threaten them. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we've actually had a lovely half term, thank you.
Yeah. No, it's been good. It's been good.
Yeah.
What have you been up to this half term?
So I went down to Essex and that was fun. And then it was just me and Hayley went down to Essex just to see the family lamb. And then
Hmm.
on Friday went down to Essex again. But then we
Again.
copped the train to London. We went to see the Hunger Games show in London.
Nice.
And I'll tell you what,
What's that,
Kate.
like a theatre?
Yeah, it was a theatre show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah. So it basically was Hunger Games, the film, in a theatre.
I mean, I
Um,
like the film, so I would have liked that.
yeah. I don't know. I expected more, to be fair. Oh, I'll put it out there. Here's my honest review.
Hmm.
It was mediocre.
Okay.
Yeah. But fucking expensive, man. Oh
You know
gosh.
what? Everything is so fucking expensive now, isn't it?
I
Like
know.
everything.
In it. Yeah, in it. That's
Like
another
you
thing I
get
was going to
jump
mention.
jump on the train, take
Well,
out another fucking mortgage on your house.
I got train rage. That's why we drove to Essex because
Did
I got
you?
absolute train
Oh,
rage because I
you
hadn't even
don't get the
considered it
rage.
because I'd lived so close to London most of my life. Hopping on the train was never an issue. You
Mm,
hop. I didn't even like check my bank afterwards. I just tapped my card,
whatevs.
travelled all around London, fucking tap on all the turnstiles, tap, tap, tap. Don't even care. £10, £12. It wasn't a lot. Well, when we was up here, we was like, oh, well, we'll just get the train down to London. And I looked, and it was about £60 each for us to get the train.
So
And I
stupid,
was
isn't
like,
it?
no,
You were
we'll
like,
walk.
I ain't doing it, mate. Sorry, no,
Not doing it. Get
no.
your hiking boots.
Yeah. We're walking to London,
To
kids.
London. Not having it. Honestly, train rage. So drove down to Essex and then copped on the train from there. While I was on
Oh.
the train, I've never been so thankful to live in Norfolk.
Why? Because of all the knobs, all
There
the
was
Essex and
someone.
London knobs.
Oh my gosh. I'd forgotten about it. I'd forgotten about it so much. And there was this woman on the train, just as we was approaching Chafford 100.
Trafford
We got off
100.
the train and she went, oh, I can't wait to get back home and do a proper deep clean of my ass.
And you were
Like
like,
that, a
Kill, get away
proper,
from me.
Like a proper deep clean, yeah? Can't even wait, man.
Oh,
I
get
was
home
like,
and do it then.
God,
Fuck off and do it then.
fuck off. But I mean, no,
Yeah,
that is just, what it is. But I was like, oh, I'm such a snob now.
I know. I know. Proper deep clean of one's house. Is it
Yes,
that disgusting?
I do not do a proper deep clean. We have a maid that comes
Yes,
and does a deep clean.
we have a maid that comes in and does it. It's actually still me, but I just dress
Yeah, I just
differently.
put a pinafore on.
La la la. Yeah.
Oh, fun
Oh,
times.
oh God, I know. I know. But we've just had
Oh,
people over.
no,
So
thank you.
at one, I need to do a proper deep clean of my
A
house.
proper deep clean now.
After all these guests, I need to do a proper deep clean. Yeah. That's not going to happen though, because I've got another busy week, but it's going to be busy with other things, not socializing. I'm a bit peopled out now.
Yeah, I get
Bit
like that.
peopled out. I did fall asleep yesterday with the baby. Claire was like, take the baby, not our baby. Um Claire's niece. Yeah, Claire's
Yeah, nice. Yeah,
sister's baby. So
yeah,
my little niece as well. And she's very cute. She's like sandbag phase.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah. I know what you mean.
Really, really warm, but like quite cuddly as well. And she was like, take Ava. She's really cute. She was like, take Ava, and I was like, oh, all right, yeah, go on. Oh, baby, I like her because
I like her.
I like her because like she's got my sort of personality. Like she just wants to eat and go to the toilet and sleep and
Be cuddled.
yeah, and that's it. I mean, I don't often want to be cuddled, but yeah, like so Claire was like, take her, and I was like, yeah, go on then, come on then. But I was really tired because I've just not been sleeping, because menopause, and I was really tired, and she kind of put her on me, and I thought, oh, this is all right. This is actually quite nice, and she was making this really cute little noise. It kind of made her sound a little bit more like a guinea pig than like a human, so I
You
was all
went,
about that.
oh, baby animal. I love it.
I was like, oh my God, like a little pudgy,
Baru.
bald guinea pig. And she was all warm in her little like clean baby grow, and she smelt of like laundry and that. And I was like, oh, that's quite nice. And she put her on me, and I was sitting there, and we had the telly on. And next thing I know, I was like waking up. I was, what's happened? And yeah, me and baby had fallen asleep on the sofa for I don't even know for how long. And
You're
then
such a dad.
I was rudely awoken to Rach saying like I've got to take over because we're going. And I was like, get up, back off, back away. I will
She
tell
lets me
you when
sleep.
you may take her. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Everyone had been in the kitchen and tidied up because I'd made dinner, and I was like, this is great. Maybe that's the way forward. Get a
I
baby.
should get me one of these.
Yeah, I should get me one. It's like a little warm sandbag
That's
guinea pig.
honestly, that's why I'm so desperate to be a nan. Because
God, don't say that.
honestly, I am desperate to be a nan because I'm not going to be worried about fucking them up. It's not my responsibility. I've not got to do the hard stuff,
Yeah, but
all the hard
if
stuff
you
that you
were a
have to
nan
do.
now, you would.
Oh
You'd have to
yeah, I
do
know.
everything and you'd have to pay for it. That's
Yeah, I
my only
know.
concern. Because like even Jess was like, "Oh, I can't wait to have a baby," and I was like, "Yes, you can.
You will.
Yes, you can, and you
No,
will."
Hayley's not going to be having a baby till she's in her bloody 40s. She's going to be a career woman for sure.
So is it on
And
Isaac?
yeah, he's given us grandbabies. Absolutely.
Nice.
They're going to be wonderful.
Yeah.
But do you know what
Oh,
else we've got to get given?
I do actually. Random
Random
facts.
facts.
Go.
I really tried to link it in. It didn't work.
No, no.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Fucked it up, and I heard you, and I took it. Oh God,
No,
so
no,
fluff.
don't start yet because I don't have a random blam.
My random
No,
blam
I
today
don't even have one.
is I've got two. I can do one for you if you want. God, I'm so flushed. These
Because you're rushing
sweatshirts
ahead
are
with
so nice and warm. Did you know that the word bookkeeper has 3 consecutive double letters because it's BOOKKEEPER.
Good one.
Yeah. And I'll do another one. My other one is the sentence, and this all will always remind me of my mum because she used to teach us about this when we were little. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog is a sentence that uses every single letter in the English alphabet.
Love that.
So my mum, when she was learning to be a secretary, and they like in the good old days when like before computers
Women
and
used
all
to
that,
type.
yeah, women used to take shorthand and then type it up. So my mum was really good at shorthand. Like it makes no sense. I used to sit and look at it, and then I used to do a scribble on a page and go, "What does that say?" My mum would go, "It doesn't say anything," and I go, "All right, what does that say?" And she'd go, "No, that's not the point of it," because it all looked like squiggles to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, when she was learning to type, she used to type "the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog" because it uses every single word and it makes your hands and fingers go everywhere. Yeah, there you go.
Right. Right. My random blam
Yes.
is that sharks have been around longer than trees
I know that.
because trees are dated back to like mm, I don't know,
Good few years ago.
350, yeah, 350 million years or something like that. And sharks are date back to like 450 million years ago. Sharks have
That's mad.
survived. Sharks have survived all 5 major mass extinctions.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and they still, and I reckon crocodiles could probably be lumped in with that. Fucking hell,
I
we was
reckon
watching a
so.
program on crocodiles yesterday. They are, firstly,
Terrifying.
magnificent. Oh my gosh, what a dinosaur.
Yeah, no, they are
What a
dinosaurs,
dinosaur.
aren't they?
I love looking at their scales and they're just so dinosaur-y. And then there
Yeah.
was this one crocodile had no teeth, none.
Oh,
Gummy. It was
oh.
I can't tell you what the program was, but it was an Australian program,
Was he in
obviously.
captivity though? Because surely he can't
No,
be all right
no.
in the wild.
No, he was out in the wild, but this Australian, it was his job to go and mop up the loose crocodiles that are like taking people or taking cows or something. He would go and get them and then put them where they need to be. And he was
Right.
friends with this gummy crocodile, so he would go and visit him and then like give him food and stuff.
Like
Um,
puree and soup and that.
I don't really know, but
Well,
it
I'd
was
like to
so
know what he
funny.
eats.
These Australians were so funny. They're so blasé about it. They'd call it like this 16-foot alligator fluffy or beef cheeks was one.
Beef cheeks. All
Cheeks.
right, beef cheeks.
Operation Beef Cheeks it was.
Oh, that's really cute. And I'm glad that they're looked after because they should be. Where have you gone?
I'm just plugging my laptop in because I've forgotten.
All right. Yeah,
Hang
they
on.
should be
Don't go
looked
anywhere.
after. They've been around for all these millions, billions, and squidillions of years. So we should be looking after them, shouldn't we? And we should be learning from them because bloody hell, what is it that they've got that makes them so tough as well?
Teeth.
And do you know
They're
what? If
massive teeth.
if I could, well, not all of them, gummy. Um,
Beef Cheeks.
if I could take something from like DNA wise from an animal, it'd be a shark with their teeth.
Yeah.
Ingenious idea to just
Yeah.
like,
Pop
I've
out a new one.
lost a tooth. I'll just grow another one.
Yeah.
And do you know what else, actually, while I'm on the subject of teeth, that I was going to talk to you about? Do you know what I'm getting really sick of? Like, you can't trust anything, can you? Like online, when you look at things online, you think, oh, yeah, that looks like a good product. That looks like a good toothpaste. But is it? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And there's
Hold on.
millions of videos of people going, oh, look, and they scrape it off and their
Yeah.
teeth are
The
bright
purple
white.
things. Yeah. Right. Let's just calm a minute, right?
Can't.
Because this is the menopause talking.
Fuming.
Let's just end the random blams. And perhaps we can start another section called, you know what really grinds my gears?
Show really fucks me off. All right, random blam's done.
Um,
Right, well, do you know what really grinds my gears? Go.
No,
All
we
these
can't.
fucking products online that claim to have all these magical powers, because I don't know what to trust. And I can only go on so long ignoring it and thinking, no, that's crap, that's crap, that's crap. And then I start thinking, do you know what? I've seen about 500 videos, all of different people saying how good it is. What if it is that good? And then I buy it and then I hate everyone in the world because I brush my teeth and I go, oh,
Oh fuck.
no difference. So do you know what? I've given in. I've bought niacinamide toothpaste. I'm still not sure that that's working. I mean, there wasn't this great reveal after the first time I brushed my teeth with it, like there is on the videos, but I do feel like it has made my teeth a little bit whiter. But last night I gave in and I bought some of those purple Dr. Dent strips. So do you know
Dude,
what? I did because I thought, do you know what? I just need to know. I'm obsessively like fiddling with
I've
my
got.
teeth to try and
Oh,
keep them white. Because I
I've
drink
got.
a lot of black coffee and red wine.
I've got a suggestion for you.
Go on.
Delete TikTok. Fucking get rid of it.
I
It's
think
causing you all sorts of issues.
do you know what? I hardly ever go on it, which is why I don't ever see. I don't go on Instagram because I don't understand it. I don't really go on TikTok unless someone sends me some sort of guinea pig or dog video, and cat videos as well. I watch on there, and like kids getting hurt.
So
Do you know what I
you
mean?
watch TikTok a lot, yeah?
Well, I watch it in like I might watch it solidly for like 3 hours, but like only once a month when I get caught in it. But
You
that's
get
it.
trapped.
Yeah, I get caught and Claire's like, you
Yeah.
need to go to bed. And I'm like, I can't sleep and I need to watch this cat video. Look at this. Look how cute it is. And she's like, oh, I'm like, look how many guinea pigs this person's got. Why can't I have that many guinea pigs? But
Yeah.
yeah,
No, put
yeah,
down the TikTok.
yeah, I will. I'm going to delete it. I'll just leave it to you. But yeah, well, that's how I feel about all these adverts and that because I can't trust anyone on there. So I'm not gonna do a reveal because I'll be fuming, but I'm gonna tell you all honestly whether or not they work when it comes, which should be in a couple of days. So by the time we do our next episode, I'll be able to say, do you know what? I've got those
We
purple
won't,
strips.
no, everybody watching on YouTube won't be able to see because you'll have such a dazzlingly white smile. It's going to
And
blind everybody.
it'll be like this sign. It'll be so bright.
It'd be like Ross,
Yeah. I'll
Friends.
walk in and go, look, everyone. And everyone will be absolutely blinded by the whiteness of my gnashers. But yeah, if it works, then I'll tell you it works.
Right.
If it don't, I'll tell you it fucking don't.
Right, shall we
Yeah,
start the episode?
yeah, whatever. Morning.
Morning.
Morning, morning. That was actually my voice that cut out then, not even the microphone. I was like,
Yeah. Morning indeed.
happy
So
Tuesday to everyone.
happy Tuesday to everybody. I'm gonna crack straight on with the episode because we've rambled.
Yeah, we've already been
Um
recording for 2.5 hours.
no lie. So I was gonna start this. I always find it really difficult when I'm writing an episode to start the episode. Write those first words are
Mhm,
the
mhm.
hardest ones to get down. And I was gonna say like, oh, I'm really excited about this episode, but
You're not.
well, I am excited about the episode. Actually, I'm really excited for this one because it's crazy. But
Oh,
it's wrong, I think, to say that you're excited about the
ah,
worst day of someone's life. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, no, I know, I know. I think it's just like it's not excitement. It's not excitement about the episode. It's the
Yeah.
like
I'm
you're looking forward to
excited.
putting it out there and telling their side of it. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to hear your thoughts, hear everyone's thoughts, because
Okay.
I listened to this episode on my way back from Essex, and I just, as soon as I heard it, I was like, I need to know what all of our listeners think. I need to know what
Okay.
you think.
Is it going to
And
fill us with rage?
it might do.
Mhm.
Yeah, it might do. But I didn't realize either that when I started this episode that
Hmm.
I've got a slight obsession with twins.
What is it? Has it got twins in it?
This is the
And
Eriksson twins.
the what?
The Eriksson twins. You literally asked me for the title of the episode moments before we
Yeah, but
started recording.
that was longer than like 15 minutes ago, so I won't remember that.
So we've done the silent twins, we've done the
Yeah.
Jim twins, and now we're doing the Eriksson twins.
We did the twins of reincarnation, Pollock twins.
Oh, we did the Pollock twins as well. Oh my gosh. And they were all me, weren't
Loads.
they?
Yeah, all
Pollock twins,
you.
silent twins, Jim twins, and now the Eriksson twins. Well,
Sarah's got a twin obsession.
twin obsession. My friend Maddie is a twin, and she knows I'm obsessed with
She.
her. Yeah.
Oh my God. We should get her on the program and see if we
Do
can
not,
like
no.
link
Nope,
them
nope, nope.
up.
Nope. She, with all due respect, Maddie, she knows um that she doesn't have a filter, so allowing her in front of a microphone would not be
I
ideal.
love that. Sarah filters me. You can filter Maddie as well. That's fine.
Well, anyways, let's crack on.
Mhm.
So Ursula and Sabina Eriksson are identical twins from Sweden. They were born November the 3rd, 1967. They had two older siblings, and as far as I can see, they had a very normal childhood. There's no evidence of history of mental health issues, nor any criminal history. Apart from perhaps being seen as a little bit strange and shy when they were sort of growing up, the sisters lived a very uneventful life. And because of this, there really isn't much information about their life prior to this event. We do know that in adulthood, both sisters moved away from Sweden. Ursula moved to the United States, and Sabina moved to Ireland and was living with her partner and two children. Again, why the sisters moved from Sweden to their residing countries remains unknown.
I mean, I
On
get the America move, but I don't get the Ireland move.
Ireland.
Not that I don't love Ireland, but I wouldn't particularly want to.
Yeah,
I don't think it's any different from the UK as
nobody
weather-wise.
knows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
nobody knows why they moved.
Okay.
On Friday, the 16th of May, 2008, so the twins were 40 years old. Ursula had been over from the US to visit her sister Sabina in Ireland. Again, what they got up to in the days prior to the Friday is unknown. We don't know why Ursula travelled over to Ireland. It was just Sabina's partner just remarked that the sisters were very close. They'd been apart for quite some time, so the sisters likely had missed each other a great deal.
Yeah.
At some point on the Friday evening, Sabina and her husband had an argument. Nothing that they hadn't had before, or certainly nothing that warranted what happened next. Sabina and Ursula left the house around 2 a.m. Saturday morning with a packed bag each. They boarded a ferry and a bus that took them from Ireland to Liverpool, which arrived around 8:30 a.m. Saturday morning. They disembarked from the bus with their bags and walked to the nearest police station. At the police station, Sabina reports safety concerns for her children back in Ireland. And Merseyside police, the ones in Liverpool, they can't send a police officer all the way to Ireland, which was about 200 miles away.
Yeah.
So they pass the information along to the nearest police station in Ireland, and then they go and visit Sabina's residence to do a welfare check. Here, the police meet a very confused partner. He'd woken up that morning to find Sabina and her sister gone, with no rhyme or reason or understanding. The police were quite satisfied, however, that the children weren't or aren't in danger or harm's way, and they leave. Back in Liverpool, the sisters leave the police station with their bags. They head back to the bus station and hop on the 11:30 a.m. bus going towards London. which is a good 4.5 to 5 hour journey, traffic dependent.
Yeah.
An hour into the journey, the bus driver makes an unexpected stop at Kiel Services on the M6, a very busy motorway used to traverse England. And I'm sure, Kate, that you have probably frequented that road quite a long.
Very recently. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. On Friday, in fact, I'll be on the
Yeah.
M6 going past Kiel Services. Yeah.
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 So this unplanned stop comes with some theories. One theory is that the twins were acting very strange on the bus, and other passengers had brought this to the bus driver's attention. Sabina and Ursula were both protectively clutching their bags in their seats. And this also could have caused some passengers to be uncomfortable because these were quite big bags, like big rucksacks or duffel bags. They were quite big and they should
Mm.
have been stored in the main luggage compartment. And with the 2005 London bombing still very fresh in people's minds, this strange possessive behaviour with these bags gave off some red flags.
Mm.
So passengers sort of brought this to the driver's attention. He then made this unexpected stop at the Kiel Services. So when the bus driver stopped, the twins feigned illness and they disembarked from the bus. However, when it was time for them to reboard, the bus driver asked the twins to stow their large bags in the luggage cabin. This is, for anybody that doesn't know, underneath the buses, like the coaches, they've got a big pull-up thing where all the bags go.
Mm-hmm.
So the twins refused, clutching their bags possessively to their chest. The driver said that, all right, they'll be allowed on the bus with their bags, providing that he was allowed to search them to make sure there was nothing harmful in them. Again, the twins refused. So the bus driver had done his due diligence and then he refused to allow the twins to reboard the bus.
Good.
He informed the service manager of what was going on, and the bus continued on to London without the twins. The service manager watched the twins. She thought they were acting quite suspiciously, so she called the police. The police arrived and they found nothing amiss. No suspicious behaviour, nothing erratic. The women were fine, they were talkative. So the police found no reason to do anything and they left the women at the services on the M6. Now, if you've
Mm.
ever been to a services on the motorway, you will know that there is only motorway surrounding the area.
Yep.
Just busy roads. So it is unsurprising that the next time the women are seen is on CCTV cameras on the motorway as they walk down the central reservation on the M6.
Oh no. That is not
So,
something that's possible, really. Like,
well,
yeah.
the central reservation is an area not meant for pedestrians, might I add. It
Mm-hmm.
is an area that simply separates one side of the busy road from the other side of the very busy road.
Mm-hmm.
A camera control operator catches the women walking in between the two metal railings that separate the lanes. So, for everybody to picture, down the center of these two busy lanes, so there's like, is it a four? It's a hard shoulder and then 3 lanes, or is it a 4-lane motorway?
Parts of it are 3, parts of it are 4. Most of
Yeah,
it is 4, I think.
yeah. It's a very
Yeah.
busy motorway. And then, so you've got
Yeah.
the 4 lanes and then the central reservation, which
Uh-huh.
is a metal railing waist high, followed by like a bit where all the lampposts go, and then another metal railing waist high, and then the
Yeah.
other 4 lanes on
It's
the other
like the
side of the
crash
road.
barrier. There's a crash
It is,
barrier, a little
yes,
bit of like dirt. Some
yep,
countries have like flowers and plants and lovely
we
looking
do
bushes.
not.
We have dirt. And yeah, then there's the other crash barrier, which is maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 foot off the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, about waist height. They're not like
Yeah.
really tall or anything like that. So camera operators can only assume that the women have crossed the main motorway road in order to get to the centre in this central reservation. There is no other way to get to the
Mm,
central reservation apart from crossing this road.
yeah.
So a highway patrol car is sent out to retrieve the women. As it does, it slows the traffic down on its approach. And this lull in traffic is quite obvious. It's a road in constant use. It's a fast motorway, minimum, 60, 70 miles an hour,
Mm.
upwards of 100 miles an hour in the fast lanes.
Yeah.
It's a very, very busy road. So cars were constantly whizzing past the women every second. So the quiet on one side of the road catches the women's attention. They see the highway patrol car approaching. And this is an orange and yellow stripy car, a bit like a police car. They've got flashy lights on the top to slow the traffic in these sorts of circumstances. And it seems that the approaching vehicle scares the women. They both jump over the railings, keeping them safe, and directly into the lane on the opposite side of the patrol car. These are cars, like I just said, traveling minimum 60, 70 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And they jump straight into the fast lane. And the women give the drivers no time to slow as they try to cross the motorway. Ursula dodges the speeding traffic, but Sabina isn't so lucky, and she is hit by one of the cars in the fast lane and falls to the ground. It seems that she is incredibly lucky and sustains only minor injuries. But this fall allows the highway officers to catch up to the women and take them onto the safety of the hard shoulder.
Mm.
The hard shoulder is essentially a lane at the side of the road. Some parts of the motorway will have a hard shoulder, others don't. The hard shoulder is used for emergencies. It is a safe place if you need to stop, but it is unprotected by barriers. It is just another lane at the side of the road. The traffic resumes.
Sometimes they say there's a sign above the motorway that says use hard shoulder, so you can actually use the hard shoulder as another lane of traffic. But other than that, if your car breaks down, that is the only time that you should be in the hard shoulder.
In the hard shoulder, absolutely. Yeah. So the traffic resumes whizzing past the two women, and there's two highway patrol officers, and they call for police for backup, and then they inspect the women. One of them's just been hit by a car.
Jesus.
The police crew that receive the call and are the closest to the scene are PC Cope and Finlayson. And it just so happens that they have a camera crew with them, filming their every move for a very British TV show called Motorway Cops.
Yeah, Motorway Cops.
Motorway Cops. We love Motorway Cops. And I think other countries have very similar things. So they film different things that happen that the police have to go and sort out on the motorway.
Well, they're cops, aren't they? Are we on Cops? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
When they arrive, the two women are standing on the hard shoulder. Ursula is dressed in a lime green jacket and Sabina in a long red coat or cardigan. If it is a coat, it's very thin. It could be a long red cardigan. Sabina is smoking a cigarette and appears not to have any lasting or obvious injuries from just being knocked down by a car.
She was the one that was hit?
Yeah.
Jeez. What, she's just standing there having a fag?
Yep, absolutely fine. PC, Finlayson and Cope stand on the hard shoulder and they speak with one of the highway patrol officers to ascertain what has gone on. The Motorway Cops videographer is recording the whole exchange. In the background, so the camera guy is standing so that you can see the two officers talking to the highway patrolman. And then in the distance, you can see both women along with the other highway patrolman. And he has his back to the road. It looks like he's just kind of keeping, you know how you do with a child when you're walking on the road and you walk the side where the road is. Yeah. It just looks like he's doing that. He's just standing with his back to the road. And you can hear on the camera how busy the road is. You can see the cars winging it past. Yeah. And the videographer doesn't miss anything. So what happens next is caught on camera.
The red one's got knocked down by the red car over there. I've got an ambulance en route for it. Right. She seems all right, but I'm not a doctor. She has been knocked down.
Is she the one that speaks English or the other one?
Yes. Right. The other one, she's done a run.
Oh no! Mike Alpha, we need ambulance. Senior officers to the scene. We've got two possible fatals.
Oh my God, that properly made me jump. Why did she do that? She just ran into the fucking road right in front of a fucking lorry.
Right,
Oh
let me
God,
tell the story.
that's made me feel sick. That is Jesus.
Okay. So while the officers are talking, Ursula and Sabina approach the highwayman who has his back to the road, and it appears that they're talking to him. Ursula then makes to run across the busy road. The patrolman grabs at her green jacket to stop her, but she easily slips her arms out of it. She makes it across the first lane before running straight into the path of an 18-ton Mercedes-Benz articulated lorry. At the same time, Sabina follows her sister out onto the motorway and she is struck by a car. The sound is audible. She smashes the windscreen and dents the roof of the car with the force of the impact as she is hurled into the air before landing in the middle of the lane. PC Finlayson runs into the traffic after them while PC Copes runs down the road to stop the traffic, not wanting any more accidents to occur. There aren't enough hands to deal with everything going on. So the driver that hits Sabina gets out of her vehicle and goes to tend to her. She is alive but unconscious. PC Finlayson runs to Ursula. She is critically injured but alive. Both of her legs are visibly crushed, compound fractures apparent through her torn trousers.
Oh,
he radios for backup and an air ambulance as he comforts Ursula. His every move, every word being recorded. He's shocked. He can be heard saying to PC Cope, "What the hell are they running for? Have you ever seen anything like that before?" And because of the bizarre nature of the incident, he says, "They must be on something." PC Copes goes to tend to Sabina with the driver of the car that hit her. She is still unconscious on the floor. She has a first aid kit and covers her with one of those tinfoil blankets to minimise the shock. While Sabina lay unconscious, Ursula was quite the opposite.
Calm down. Calm down.
Fucking asshole.
Calm down.
Jesus.
Mine's very aggressive, spitting at me. She is very badly injured. I don't know what's going on. Calm down.
So PC Finlayson is having a tough time keeping Ursula under control. Despite her injuries, she is trying to get up. She's aggressive, swearing, spitting, scratching, and he does his absolute best to calm her.
Shh. No, come on, my love. Come on, you've hit your head. Calm down. We are the police. We are the police. Calm down. Yeah, and the doctor's en route. It's okay. Calm down. She appears very disorientated.
So, paramedics arrive on the scene. Ursula is in life-threatening condition, but PC Finlayson tells the paramedics she must be high, and it is masking the full extent of her injuries. The woman is still trying to fight him off. While paramedics are attending to Ursula, Sabina regains consciousness. She starts trying to get up, but PC Copes tries to calm her. She sees the paramedics and shouts to her sister, "They're going to steal your organs," and then gets to her feet. After being hit twice by a car at full speed, Sabina gets to her feet. She fights PC Copes as she tries to restrain her. Sabina becomes very aggressive and, quote from the officer, twats her in the face. She punches the female officer in the face, knocking her to the floor. She jumps over the barriers of the central reservation and onto the other side of the road into oncoming traffic for a third time.
The love of God.
Luck is on her side. Drivers had been passing slowly anyways to rubberneck at what had been happening on the other side of the road, so they weren't really driving at full speed. PC Finlayson gives chase, quite confident that his patient Ursula would not be getting up and running off. She's in the hands of the paramedic now, so he then gives chase to Sabina. As PC Finlayson approaches Sabina, she squares up to him, hopping from one foot to the other, like circling round, like she's in a ring trying to fight him. She's, she takes off her cardigan, she throws it on the floor. She's like gearing up for a fight. But he keeps his distance and he just repeats, calm down, chill out. And he's absolutely astounded. You can hear it in his voice. He is just bewildered at what is taking place. He repeats over the radio, they must be high on something.
Yeah.
While he's trying to calm her, PC Copes and a member of the public, who just so happened to be a retired policeman, grabs Sabina from behind in an attempt to restrain her.
Good.
You all right?
Yeah, got.
Handcuff.
Right, we get her down. Get her down, we get handcuffed from behind, it's not this.
What, we got it
Down.
on the face.
Down.
Turn her on the face now.
Over. That way towards you.
Watch it, Trace, watch it.
Call the police! We are the police.
We are the
No, let
Why
go.
are you doing like this then, Robert? Why do you do this? Why do you do it? Why? Why?
I'll get that.
Roll her forwards.
Go on.
Over.
Roll her over.
Fuck you guys! Fuck you! Fuck off!
Well, that's just charming.
It would eventually take 4 police officers and 3 members of the public to get Sabina on the floor in handcuffs and leg restraints. She is fighting desperately, kicking out with all of her force, twisting out of their grips. You can hear all the officers like panting and breathless. They describe her strength as superhuman, something they had only encountered before with someone on drugs. The police said that they could have used more force to subdue Sabina, but like I said earlier, they were well aware that she may have had injuries that were being masked because they literally saw her fly through the air and hit the ground. They thought perhaps that she'd had a head injury that had made her act aggressively. She was restrained, carried back to the ambulance, and eventually given a sedative to calm her down enough for her to be treated by paramedics. Ursula was also still fighting the paramedics. Eventually, an air ambulance landed and both women were taken to the nearest hospital. The road remains closed while the police officers try to ascertain what the fuck just happened.
Yeah.
Over on the hard shoulder were the women's bags, once held tightly to their chests, now discarded at the side of the road, free for the officers to search through them.
Good.
Inside the bags, they find multiple phones, a passport for one of the women, and some travel documents that show that the women are twins. Nothing else.
What?
At the hospital, Ursula is being treated for her leg fractures, and because of her injuries, blood is taken from her and tested for drugs. It comes back negative. There are no drugs in her system. So police believe that Sabina also would have tested negative had she been tested, because they found no drugs on them, in their possession, nothing in their bags. Just 5 hours after the ordeal, Sabina is released from hospital with minor injuries and into the arms of police officers, where she was arrested for assaulting a police officer and for a motorway offence.
Good.
She's in a hospital gown. She's unhandcuffed. Her demeanour is calm. Hospital staff say that she has been calm, and police review her demeanour and are happy for her to be left unrestrained in the back of the car while she's being taken to the nearest police station. During the car journey, she's talkative, she's calm. During being booked in, she's talkative. She understands what's going on. They ask her, you know, they always do when you're being booked in, do you understand the offence you're being charged with, blah, blah. She's like, yes. In her interview, she closes up, says no comment to everything. Police are left none the wiser as to why they darted across the motorway. On May 19th, 2008, so not too long after, she attended a magistrate's court where she pled guilty to the charges of trespassing on the motorway and assaulting a police officer. The court sentenced her to 1 day in prison.
Oh, piss off.
As she had already spent a night in the cells, she was allowed to walk free without a full psychiatric evaluation and left the police station with an ominous parting comment. We say in Sweden that an accident rarely comes alone. Usually, at least one more follows, maybe two.
Oh, mate, handcuff her straight away then. Drag her back in.
That is the end of the Motorway Cops episode. Everything that was recorded was produced into an episode that was released on the BBC, minus a small section, a section that was later leaked online and shows the officers discussing the fact that the women should have been arrested on a section 136. This is the Mental Health Act, as clearly they were displaying distressing behaviours that they weren't perhaps in their right mind.
Yeah.
And although that is the end of the Motorway Cops episode, the story does not end there. Now a free woman, Sabina leaves the police station and is now in an unfamiliar area. Alone, she is in Stoke-on-Trent, a small area somewhere between London and Liverpool. Certainly not an area she was familiar with, having lived in Ireland for most of her adult life. She roams the streets, clutching her possessions that had now been transferred into a clear plastic bag. At around 7 p.m, she is spotted by two men out walking their dog. 54-year-old Glenn Hollinshead, a retired RAF airman, qualified paramedic turned welder, and his friend, Peter Malloy. She asked the men for directions to a nearby hotel or B&B and just spoke to the men. She was friendly, calm, although a little jittery, perhaps as if she was nervous. She told the men that her sister was in a hospital and was trying to find her. She didn't know which hospital or any details because she hadn't asked any details about her sister at the hospital or at the police station. So she didn't know where her sister was. She stroked the dog as she spoke to the men, and eventually Glenn offered Sabina to spend that night at her house, at his house. He had a spare room, and despite how it sounds that a stranger offers another stranger to stay at their house after they just met, this generous offer summed up Glenn. He was the type of man to give you the shirt off his back. And Sabina had nowhere else to go, so she accepted, and the three walked back to Glenn's house. At the house, Sabina's behaviour started to appear a little erratic and odd. Peter Malloy describes her looking nervously out the window, getting up, peering down the street, looking out the window, and then going and sitting back down, and then getting back up and looking out the window. She was chain smoking as well, which kind of made her appear a little bit frantic, a little bit nervous. She offered the two men a cigarette each from the packet that she had been smoking from, and when they took one each, she slapped them out of their mouths before that they could light them, saying, "Don't smoke them, they could be poisonous."
What?
Peter Malloy tried to tell Glenn that he had an uneasy feeling about Sabina, and she was making him feel on edge.
Yeah.
And he eventually left the house around midnight, and Sabina stayed the night at Glenn's house in his spare bedroom. The following morning, Glenn spent his time trying to help Sabina locate Ursula. He rang around the local hospitals, but had no luck. By the evening, Glenn was starting to prepare dinner in the kitchen and just making a cup of tea when he realised he'd run out of tea bags. So he popped out the front to see his neighbour, who was out there cleaning his car, and he asked if he had any spare tea bags he could borrow. He didn't really want to leave Sabina in the house alone to pop to the shops, and it is a very British neighbourly thing to do. If it's not tea bags, it's milk or sugar.
Yeah.
You're always asking neighbours the things. Always do.
Yeah.
And the neighbour obviously kindly obliges, but says, "Let me finish what I'm doing. I'll go in, get one, and I'll bring it round in a minute." So Glenn goes back into his house and comes back out less than a minute later. The neighbour thinks that perhaps he's come back out to ask for something else, but it is soon apparent that there is something very wrong with Glenn. He stumbles out of the house, clutching his chest. He manages to breathe the words, "She stabbed me," before falling to the ground. He begs the neighbour to look after his dog before he succumbs to the 4 brutal stab wounds in his chest,
Oh my
one
God.
directly through his lung. Before the neighbour even has a chance to ring the police and an ambulance, Sabina is out of the house, taking with her a large claw hammer.
Oh,
She is
shit.
seen running down the road, hitting herself repeatedly on the head with the hammer, hard enough that her blonde hair was soon caked in blood.
Oh,
A driver passing saw what was happening. He stopped his car, or I think he was on a motorbike, stopped his bike, and then tries to restrain Sabina. He's got no idea that she's just killed a man. He's just trying to stop her from harming herself.
oh,
But
mate.
she is ungodly strong, and he struggles to get the hammer free of her hand, but does so eventually. Then, from out of nowhere, Sabina pulls out of a pocket, somewhere, a broken piece of roof tile and hits the driver over the head. While this struggle is taking place, paramedics had arrived on the scene just down the road to try and save Glenn, but it is too late.
Oh,
They spot Sabina up the road and try to catch her. A short chase ensues before Sabina finds herself at Heron Cross, a bridge, like a bridge cross over the A50. Sabina, seeing the paramedics closing in, jumps off the bridge. She falls 40 feet onto the busy road below, and she isn't so lucky this time with her injuries. In the fall, she breaks both her ankles and fractures her skull,
oh my
putting a stop
goodness.
to her running. She was taken to hospital where she underwent surgery to repair her ankles. She was released
Oh,
from hospital in a wheelchair on September the 11th, 2008, where she wheeled free of the doors and straight into a police car, where she was then arrested for the murder of Glenn Hollinshead. Ursula was also released from hospital in that September and flew straight back to Sweden and then back to the US. Nothing else is known about her. Sabina eventually pled guilty to manslaughter on diminished grounds after 2 forensic psychologists, one from the prosecution and one from the defense, found that Sabina was suffering from a serious mental health issue at the time of the murder. One psychologist said Sabina was suffering from acute polymorphic delusion disorder. Another said she was suffering from a rare psychiatric disorder that made her hear voices. Another said that she had been suffering from a mental health disorder brought on by the presence of her sister, a rare phenomena known as folie à deux, a French term meaning the madness of two. It is believed that Ursula was the primary sufferer, and because of the twins' bond, Sabina's own mental health was influenced by her sister's. But no one could quite agree on what mental health issues Sabina was suffering from. Nevertheless, she was found guilty of manslaughter on the grounds of diminished capabilities and was sentenced to 5 years in prison, where she would only serve 2.5 years before heading back to Sweden. This case brought about a huge amount of police scrutiny, especially after that clip that hadn't been aired in the Motorway Cops was anonymously uploaded to the internet. And like I said, this showed the police officers discussing the need to section the sisters for 24 hours under the Mental Health Act, because they could clearly see they were suffering from some sort of mental health issue. And Sabina was taken to the hospital and then just a few hours later deemed of sound mind and released from custody, where she then went on to murder Glenn Hollinshead. At no point did the women ever explain what they were doing in the UK. At no point did they admit to hearing voices or having delusions. And it seems that after being released, both sisters have lived a quiet existence. There really isn't any other information about them or what they were doing, why they went from Ireland to London or what they was heading for, why they did any of the things leading up, or what happened during the time that she murdered Glenn. There really isn't any information. But when I was looking up the Folie Folie, I'm terrible.
Filet mignon.
I found another very noticeable case that we had actually already covered, a case of Folie à deux.
I was
And
going to
that is
say, I've heard of it. I've heard of that. So I felt that we'd spoken about that or mentioned it.
well, perhaps we did mention it in the Silent Twins case, because it is
Yes.
thought that one of the Silent Twins was suffering from a mental health issue, and it just affected the other sister, and they, had that same thing together. And if you haven't listened to the Silent Twins episode, it is absolutely mental. So go and listen to it.
Yeah. I'm going to go and listen
yeah,
to it again, actually, after this.
yeah, it was a really good episode, actually.
It was, yeah. It was a really good one.
But that is the story of the Eriksson twins and the murder of Glenn Hollinshead, who I wished I could have found more information on, because I know it's very glossed over, and I didn't want to gloss over it, but there really isn't any other information about Glenn. Other than that, I think it was his brother spoke out and said, "We're not mad at Sabina. We know it wasn't her fault. We know that she was suffering from a mental health issue. And we just wish something had been done more about that prior to her being released."
Yeah, for sure.
Because it was very clear, if you've got women that have run out onto the road and been hit by 2 cars and then gets back up and tries to run again.
Yeah, like they're trying to, like that's their aim, like they're trying to be hit by a car.
Yeah, well, there are some theories. One of the theories was that it was a suicide pact.
Right.
But I don't think it was. I genuinely think that they were suffering from a mental health issue, because if you watch that Motorway Cops clip in full, you can hear her saying, "Call the police, call the police." They are the police. There's one bit that she says in there that says, "I recognize you, you're not real," something like that. And then one of the sisters says, "They're gonna steal your organs."
Yeah.
So were obviously suffering with some form of delusion.
Or maybe they know something that we don't.
Maybe. But we don't know if they genuinely were suffering from a mental health issue. It sounds like they probably were, but the twins have never spoken out about it, what happened or anything.
It's mad, isn't it? Like, that's all of that is horrendous. Do you know what I mean? And the thing is, that would have been really traumatic for the people driving on the M6 honestly, and that as well.
If you saw that lorry driver was absolutely devastated. Obviously, they couldn't have done anything. It wasn't their fault that they hit the women. No,
definitely not.
Could not have done anything, but he was a broken man.
Yeah, that's horrible. It's really, like when people take their own lives by
in front of train drivers,
throwing themselves in front of a train, and I think that you just wouldn't recover from that.
No,
that'd be so traumatic.
Yeah,
I don't understand how they cannot be like continuously monitored.
That's it. They were just
from now.
What I found interesting is I don't know how, certain mental health issues work, but I found it quite interesting that she would have this, she'd been fine, and then all of a sudden she was suffering from a mental health issue, and then she was fine again in hospital, and she was fine in the police car, and then she would have this mental health issue again, and then she was fine again. She was fine in prison.
Yeah. If it was that, and she was suffering with some kind of mental health condition, why was it like, why coming and going? And it's really extreme as well. So
she was obviously paranoid. You could see that in her actions, and offering them a cigarette from the ones that she'd been smoking and saying, "Oh, don't have them, they might be poisonous." Nobody knows what happened in that house when she stabbed Glenn. Nobody knows.
That's awful. That's
why it happened.
Awful. Yeah.
But one of the psychologists said about that Folie à deux, and that it was Ursula who was the primary sufferer with the mental health issue. But Ursula was in
And-
hospital when Sabina was out and attacked Glenn, murdered Glenn.
So they're saying that it was Ursula that suffered from it.
Yeah,
You said,
Ursula was the primary sufferer with the mental health issue.
but it
She
was
was the one
Sabina
that
that
darted.
murdered Glenn.
Yeah. Ursula was the one that darted first onto the motorway and was hit by the lorry, and then
Right.
Sabina followed.
Right.
After she saw her sister run out, Sabina then run out.
That's just bonkers.
Mad.
I can't get my
So
head
mad.
around that. That's
I
like
know.
one of the most perplexing
Yeah.
stories that we've done.
Yeah, we'll pop some of the clips on the website so you can see in the case file and things, because
Yeah.
to watch the clip is just unreal.
Yeah, I'll put it in the case file.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah,
God,
that's that story.
bonkers.
That's that one done.
Oh. That's bonkers. That's gonna bother me. That is, for the rest of today and probably tonight. I'll be laying awake thinking,
I wish I had a baby to
what
cuddle.
happened? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Other than the kids that'll be in their room, I'm on my own tonight. Claire's working away. So I'll be laying. I might bring Puppy in the bed. Just don't tell Claire. Well, thanks for that, Poddy. That
You are
was
very welcome.
utterly perplexing.
Very, very perplexing.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the footage. Although I did the clips that you played, found very uncomfortable.
They are
Very,
hard
very
work.
uncomfortable to watch. But
They are, because it isn't CCTV, it is a camera crew that filmed it, so it's very clear, it's
Yeah.
very audible. And there's a lot that I obviously didn't show you. I didn't want to put the whole lot in there. So there is a lot to it, but you can watch the entirety of that. That whole episode is on YouTube, but then it's got the the Eriksson twins at the beginning, and then another story, and then another, and then it halfway through there's a bit more about the Eriksson twins when they're at hospital, and then at the end there's a bit more, there's like a recap about what happened. So
okay.
it's all in there.
Oh, amazing! Thank you very much. I'm
You're welcome.
yeah, I'm gonna go and see if I can manage to watch the footage. Who knows?
Cool.
All right.
Well, I'll see you next week.
Thank you very
then.
much. See you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.
That might be it for today's episode, but if you fancy even more weird and wonderful episodes,
head over to perplexedpodcast.com and become a Blamley member for just $5 a month.
you'll get an extra episode every month, plus loads of juicy bonus bits, like really in-depth case files.
All the links are in the show notes.
Come hang out with us on socials too.
And don't forget to follow the show and drop us a cheeky review.
Until next time, bye.
Bye. What was that?
Dog's crying in his sleep.
Oh,
Really, really sad.
oh, get him and put him on your lap while you do the episode.
You mustn't wake him up. Sure.
I try not to wake Puppy up, but I end up with my lips on her nose.
You end up
Then she goes,
like a child when they're in your face.
yeah.